Seraphim 17 once again, continuing Bayonetta hard video walkthrough on Chapter 3, The Burning Ground Part 2. And at the start of this, you're going to fight two Glorious and Gracefuls. And you can completely skip them if you don't want to fight them, and I wouldn't fight them personally because there's lava, there's other environmental hazards, and it makes the fight a lot harder than it should be. So I definitely advocate just fucking off, like you'll see me do. Because there they go, they spawn in front of you, they do the fancy shit, I'm like, see you fellas, I've got things to do. I get dicked by the lava because I'm a retard. But if you carry on through the tunnel, as you see me do, you'll get here, you'll spawn a cutscene, and then they'll both despawn. So that's one challenging fight down the toilet. And I check back, and I'll do a little taunt, just to throw a big fuck you to them too, because I don't like that enemy at all. It's well designed, and it's well designed to be exactly what it is, which is an utter bastard, because they're very hard. And you carry on down here, and you see a couple more of Bayonetta's interesting mechanics. And at this moment in time, you're supposed to go around the other side of the gate, but I was dicking about with it to see if there was anything fancy to be found, and there wasn't. And you go over here, this triggers that to fall, and then you have to go to the other side of that gate and go into spawn this battle. And right now, if you're on a different difficulty, you'll probably be fighting angels, but on hard you're going to fight a couple of these tiny, like, should be axe, but they've got like a pike or some kind of halberd, and there's always three of them. And if you let them stay alive long enough, they'll do that, and they'll fuse together like it's Dragon Ball Z or something, and turn into a giant version of themselves. But unfortunately for these fellas, they don't last long enough. Because like I said, that sword kicks ass. I love that sword. And I pick the pike up that they drop, and I don't advise picking it up because for some reason I thought it was going to have a nice rotating move, and all it has is a couple of really slow swings and the ability to throw it. And neither of those, for me, are high damage maneuvers. They're just fancy fare that I generally don't use. And for anybody new to this area, this is a little secret to get another LP. And that's working towards the Kulsheldra, which is the snake whip. And I've got a little bit of Kulsheldra gameplay in this playthrough of the game. And the reason for it was purely because I hate the fucking double pistols as a primary weapon. So instead of having those to switch between, I put the Kulsheldra on to mess with, and it generally involves me doing a couple of jump cancels with it. And if you don't know what that means, it'll be highlighted later on, and it doesn't actually benefit you much on this game, but it'll help you in a couple of the Alfheim portals where you have to do that. Because the ones that you need to use it in are the ones where you have to stay in the air for a certain amount of time, and any other way is probably very difficult or impossible. But with the Kulsheldra, it does a move where you pull the enemy towards you and you bounce off them, because you can jump on enemies, you see, and you just keep repeating it and getting higher and higher and higher, and it's very ridiculous, but it's pretty fun, and you can utilise it in some interesting combos if you're that way inclined. So do the little time puzzle there and hop over here and pull this switch. Don't forget the broken piece of heart, because more life is more fun, as I've said before. And then I go on a little jumping fit over here thinking I'm going to find more secrets, but I don't. And the rest of this level is pretty much smooth sailing towards your first epic boss battle, which is quite interesting footage for you guys, because like I say, it's been a while since I've played this game, so this is kind of me getting warmed up to what I used to kind of be like, and that first boss fight is a good example of me getting my ass kicked because I completely forgot the patterns and forgot the telltale signs of an attack. But in the course of the playthrough of the entire game, I gradually got back to a redeemable level of skill. And then you use the hourglass to turn back time, share style. And you can probably skip this cutscene, but I don't, because it looks kind of pretty. And here we go with more of these fucking manta rays. If you're playing on normal, that's probably going to be the cherub heads, but because it's this difficulty, it's those douchebags, and I hate them fucking manta rays. And I even managed to do a dodge when the camera's so far away from me, it's practically non-existent. And I should have skipped this fight, because I'm not going for style, I'm not going for points, and they're just pointless, fucking pointless. I hate them, really hate them. And if you're wanting to skip the fight, you can just carry on this bridge and it'll start crumbling, as you'll see in a few moments, and just get on with it, because I don't believe anybody that tells you they're having fun when they're fighting these things, because they have an advantage of you practically all the time because they're above you and they can fly in from off camera, and they do a move that stuns you and enables them to hit you a few other times if you're not careful. And be careful with your jumps here, because it is easy to fall off. I was so used to doing this section with the Panther run and outrunning the bridge that I thought I was actually behind the preset collapse, so I kind of panicked here until I saw the A button prompt. We just carry on here, and because it's on hard, this is a lot more crowded than it was on the other difficulties, so you'll see a lot more lava popping up. And the easy way to know where the lava's going to be is there's a little circle of fire that shows you just there where it's going to land, and that's a little preemptive warning for you to get the fuck off of that spot very quickly. There's another one, and just make your way up here. You can use witch time and dodge the fire, but it's more hassle than it's worth, and it doesn't do too much damage. And up here on the left is I think another witch's tomb. There we go. And that's the chainsaw getting some use. Goddamn cumbersome item. And we're coming up to the end of this video, in preparation for the very first boss, or the very first real boss. And it's a familiar face because we fought him before, and this time we get to finish him. Another tip there: if you're going to get hit by the rocks, don't panic. Just do one of the evasive flips, and you'll flip directly through them. Another piece of heart. And another expansion to our life. Systematically getting harder to kill, just like Steven Seagal. And you hear the operatic tune there telling you that something pretty badass and epic's gonna happen soon. And surely it does. I'll see you in the next video. Get your game on, because this boss is big.